I wanted to show you something, and it has to do with the way I'm seated in this big comfy chair that I've got here in my office. Looks great for watching TV or chatting with all of you, but it's not a good position to be in when you're eating. Yet, oftentimes kids put into a feeding chair or a floor seat are positioned exactly like me. So what is it about the way I'm seated that we want to avoid? We don't want kids' hips to be forward. We don't want their legs to be in a position where they're too close together. We don't want an arch in their back, and we don't want their little head hunched over their shoulders. Like I said, really comfy for watching TV, but not safe for eating. So I've got my little friend here so you can understand what it's like to be a toddler positioned poorly in a feeding seat. And I'm going to show you how to do it appropriately, especially if you're going to use a floor seat that converts to a booster seat like the brand new Upseat that I'm going to show you today. All right, so here's my little guy. Here's what you need to know is when it comes to little kids, whether they're, 6, 7, 8 months old or even up to 2.5 years old, they need a seat that positions them in such a way that they're not like this. That was me in my comfy chair. That's not a good idea for eating for 2 reasons. First of all, their head needs to be aligned correctly over their shoulders so that their airway and their esophagus, which is the tube that the food goes down, is perfectly aligned so that food doesn't go into the airway, the trachea, instead. How do you get baby's head aligned over their shoulders like this? Well, you start at the hips. You want baby to have nice, secure, upright hips, not ones that are bent forward. They can have a little bit of arch in their back, but mostly you're looking at pretty close to a 90-degree angle. And that's where the Upseat comes in. Now, the one thing I love about the Upseat is that it goes right on the floor for playtime. But just for the sake of this video, I'm going to pop it up here on my chair. Now, you can definitely put it on a chair in your kitchen and scoot it right up to the table because it has straps to convert it into a booster seat. But because I want to show this really important point about baby's positioning, I'm going to just put it up here so you can see well. So here's my little guy. And I'm going to go ahead and easily put him into the Upseat. He's so floppy, but you can see when I put him in here, he's nice and upright. And his hips are in the right position, almost a 90-degree angle, and his legs are not too close together. That's really, really important. You can learn more about that concept on the Upseat website. What I wanted to especially show you is, let me turn him a little bit. See how his ear is aligned over his shoulder and that in turn is aligned over the hip. It's that ear to shoulder to hip alignment that's so important for positioning. But also what you need to know is there's something really important that all of us have, and it's right here. It's not your belly button, that's a little bit lower. It is called your LES, and that stands for lower esophageal sphincter. So your lower esophageal sphincter is right here at the bottom of your breastbone. And what that does is it closes off the stomach so that every time you bend over or tend to be a little bit floppy, food doesn't come out of your stomach right out your mouth. So what that does is it closes off what it needs to and it opens up in case you need to burp or if you have a little bit of reflux. And a little bit of reflux is no big deal. But for littles and for premature babies and kids who aren't as upright all the time, that little bit of reflux can soon become gastroesophageal reflux disease. And that's where it becomes a chronic condition, starts to get in the way of their willingness to try new foods because it hurts. So in order to help babies not develop that condition, we really want them to be seated in that nice upright position that the Upseat provides so that they can be super comfortable and learn to love a variety of foods. So it's something that I've been talking about in so many of my books. I'm always talking about the importance of proper positioning. And I'm so glad that Upseat has come out with a booster seat and a floor seat all in one that you can use to make sure that your young, getting started eater, all the way up to say a 2.5-year-old, will be seated appropriately, and you can take it with you. You can take it right to the restaurants, you can take it to friends' houses. It's lightweight and portable, so I've become a big fan. Last point, and I've got to say it because I'm a feeding therapist, is I want to let you know it also comes with a tray that's easily taken on and off for easy cleaning. Okay, my friends, that's it. So what did you learn today? LES, lower esophageal sphincter. Thanks, everybody.